The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
And welcome everyone to another edition of No Credentials Required, where you don't need a press pass to talk sports. We're presented by Belly Up Sports in association with Godzilla Media. My name is Ryan McCarthy. I'm one of your hosts, and tonight Justin's not joining me. He's at an event. He is having a night off with his sister and some other family peeps. So I'm bringing in a guest in just a moment. But before we do that, just need to remind you about our social media channels, which are right down here below: Twitter, Instagram, and the occasionally used TikTok. It's at NoCredsREQ, Facebook.com/NoCredsREQ, YouTube.com/@NoCredsREQ. If you please wouldn't mind, like, comment, share, and subscribe to all of our social media channels right down here below. On the podcast side, subscribe to the podcast on whichever podcast platform you choose, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Good Pods, iHeart, TuneIn, Pandora, whichever podcast platform you choose. Subscribe to the podcast, leave us a 5-star rating, and also if you're on a podcast platform where you can leave a review, please rate and review. If you leave a review, we might even read it on the air. Also want to welcome everyone listening on American Angel Radio at 8 a.m. on Wednesday, and also on Rumble, the replay at 8 a.m. on Wednesday as well. And because we're a live show, we've got some comments coming in already. We just want to remind you to engage with the show. We want your comments, whether you're watching live or on the replay. I'm going to play that magical sound. All right, so we're going to bring in my guest this evening. He is host of Snowman in the Morning with Cole Johnson. He is also the owner, manipulator, the operator, CEO, CFO, and COO of Snowman Multimedia. Although I think his wife Jody is actually the CFO. But we're going to bring our special guest. We've got Mr. Brian Snow. Snowman, how you doing tonight, sir?
You got that right. My wife is in charge of the money. She's the chief financial officer. She's the button pusher when I'm in the booth. And she's my beauty. She brought pizza tonight. My daughter made brownies, so I'm a happy camper.
You're loading up on carbs. You getting ready for a marathon?
No, I'm getting ready to sleep in a little bit so I can take my daughter to work. That's my marathon.
Hey, carbs will do that to you, man. They'll put you to sleep.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready now. The girls are in the kitchen just cutting it up and having a ball.
I can hear them.
Yeah, my wife, my daughter Cheyenne, who surprised me. She just walked in this door and goes, "Hi, Pop." I'm like, "Wait, what?" Yeah. And then my daughter Sonia woke up because she has to work later. So the girls in there talking. I'm in here. So we're good.
All right. Well, tell the fam I said that Mr. McCoffey says hello. But we're gonna dive in immediately because Snowman's only got limited time with us. But I figure we'll dive into the NCAA men's and women's bracket, as Snowman knows and pays attention to a lot more college basketball than I do. I've got my handy dandy bracket right here for the men's side. I did not fill a women's side, but I know there are several, and Snowman will talk some women's basketball because we got some teams coming to Albany that are some pretty huge programs coming through my locale. Over the next couple of days. We got South Carolina. We got LSU, and we got the Caitlin Clark Show, otherwise known as the Iowa Lady Hawkeyes. So talk to us a little bit more. Talk to the audience a little bit more about what we can expect from the women's bracket on the women's side, especially with the Albany regional. I know there's a regional going on in Portland, so we got like two super super regionals going on in 2 different cities at once. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, lay
Super,
it on us,
super
man.
regional.
Lay it on us. What's going on with women's
I have
basketball?
never seen a bracket where they go the seeds go 1 through 4 than I've seen here, because in one regional you got South Carolina, Notre Dame, Oregon State, and Iowa. They'll play Friday, 1 versus 4, South Carolina and Indiana. 2 and 3 will start the day, Oregon State and Notre Dame. And then you got 1 through 4 in Portland with from 1 to 4, Texas, Stanford, North Carolina State, and Gonzaga. And 2 and 3 will lead things off at 7:30 with Stanford and North Carolina State. And you got Texas and Gonzaga 1 and 4. They'll play at 10. Anybody, all 4 number 1 seeds are still alive. And anybody can win this national championship. And when I say anybody, I mean just that. However, when you get to Saturday, you don't have a 1 through 4. You got 1, 2, 3, and 5, because Colorado eliminated Kansas State. So 1 and 5 is Iowa and Colorado. That's the feature game. That's my call at 3:30. I'll be up at 3 with the pregame. And LSU and UCLA is going to be a barn burner. So I may wind up. I had planned to do a UFL doubleheader that day. No, because of that bracket, my plans have changed. You know how we did the division finals in the CFL?
Yep.
And we had only planned to do one, but then we were only going to do the West final because it was BC and Winnipeg for a 3rd straight year. But then old Snowman's wheels are turning, and at the same time my wife's wheels are turning. And when I told her we were doing one, she says, "Why don't you do the other one?" And before I could open my mouth, I get a message from Mr. McCoffey. Hey, we're going to do both of them. Baby, here's your answer. She goes, "Okay, I'm going to go to Mom's. I'll be over there because I know you're going to be raising hell here. What do you want when I bring back food?" That's like our answer to each other. But then you have, on the second part of the day, you have a 1 and a 5, Southern California and Baylor, because Baylor took out the number 4 seed, who escapes me right now. And then you have probably the most intriguing matchup of the night and maybe the weekend, save Iowa. UConn at number 3 and Duke at number 7. Yikes. You got the Duke Blue Devils and my good friend Chris Edwards, who is the voice of the Lady Devils, is hopping up and down like a madman because he's so excited. Baylor took out 4-seeded Virginia Tech 75-72. And then you have UConn, who took out Syracuse 72-64, taking on Duke, who took out, ready for this, 2nd-seeded Ohio State, which is the second time Ohio State was a top seed in a tournament. If you go back to the women's Big Ten tournament, they were the number 1 seed, Iowa behind them, and they got drilled.
Yeah, did Nebraska beat them?
Nebraska beat the daylights out of Ohio State. Nebraska beat them up, and then Nebraska beat Maryland to reach the Big Ten title game, and then ran into Caitlin Clark in the second half. So these matchups are going to be wild. These matchups are going to be absolutely silly, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I was noticing the Albany bracket on one side, and it has Iowa and LSU, the last year's national finalists,
Mm-hmm.
in the same bracket, and they could be on a collision course towards the Elite Eight.
Yeah.
That's gotta be that's pretty wacky for for just. I don't see that very often in the men's side. I mean, certainly don't. Do you see it very often on the women's side too?
You're definitely not going to see it on the men's side this year because every other number one seed is a fraud. The only number one seed in the men's bracket that is not a fraud are the defending champions, Connecticut.
Well, I'm about to say UConn and FAU would have met in the round of 32 if your Northwestern
Wildcats hadn't had anything to say about it. Oh, I got a visitor.
Oh, you got a visitor.
Come here, Pumpkin. I think that's the first time I've had him with me. Hey, buddy. Oh. This is Pumpkin.
Yeah, Tagalong's sleeping out in one of the love seats in the in the living room.
You ain't gonna be up here too long, Pumpkin. See, this is how he gets me. This is how he gets me. How you doing, buddy?
Does he always have that? Does he have that orange cat energy?
Yes.
Of course
yes.
He does.
Since he was getting, yes.
Yep.
Since the first day we let him in the house, because they were originally in the barn for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then we let them out. They found their way into the house. You've seen Winnie already.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And you know Winnie's the ringleader.
Yep.
All right, Winnie's the ringleader. You got this rambunctious one here, and we also have Binks. And Binks is shy. Although I've had him with me when he was a kitten, when he was really small.
Mm-hmm.
Binks hasn't made his way here in studio, and I put a three-letter capitalized word yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because as soon as I say that, either tomorrow or Thursday, Binks is going to find his way in here.
Always seems to. All right. Sorry, Snowman. So I'm going to give him my final four. And you might laugh at a couple of them because...
Try me.
All right. So my final four, because I love chaos. All right. So I got UConn. Of
course. Yep.
I got Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
Creighton. And Houston.
No.
I figured.
No. Hell no. Hell to the no. You actually trust Houston after what happened against Texas A&M?
Look, like I said, I don't pay attention to college basketball enough anymore. I was just going by, all right. these four teams look all right. I mean, Creighton, I figured you gotta have a Big East team in there. I'm a Big East fan.
Of course.
I'm a Big East fan going back to the days of Georgetown, Villanova, Syracuse,
St. John's, Pittsburgh.
St. John's. Yep. All those
the original Big East. Yep.
Yeah, the OG Big East.
The original Big East when they played at the Carrier Dome, the Capitol Center. Of course, St. John's features MSG.
Yep.
And they were known, I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I got to say it old school, when they were known as the St. John's Redmen.
Redmen. Yep.
Right? And you had the Syracuse Orangemen.
Yep.
Of course, now this world has become so PC, it ain't even funny. Then you got guys like us that don't care. But you know who I have in my regional final? I want to say this is the the one of my regional finals. You're not the only one that likes chaos.
Oh, I love chaos.
My regional final is UConn and Illinois.
Okay. Well, I've got Iowa State.
Iowa State ain't beating Illinois. Not with their height.
I'll tell you who I've got in my regional final brackets. I've got UConn and Iowa State.
Okay.
I have Bama and Arizona because I don't trust UNC.
Nor do I.
I got Houston and Marquette.
I don't.
Although NC State's got that riding that mo.
Ghost of Valvano. The ghost of Jim Valvano lives.
And I've got Creighton and I had Utah State. I had Utah State and beating Purdue because I thought Purdue were frauds.
Well, Utah's going to get a foot put in them by Gonzaga.
Well,
I have
Utah State's
Gonzaga-
already out. Utah State's out. They
No,
got beat
I
by
have
Purdue.
Gonzaga beating Purdue
Yeah.
in the Sweet 16. And I have Gonzaga also beating Creighton.
I got
love
Creighton.
Creighton
I
since-
got
I
Creighton
love
go all the way to the Final Four. So
Creighton ain't getting to Phoenix. The
I
Bull,
don't
and
know.
you know what makes it so bad? Gonzaga's last Final Four appearance. Guess where? Well, one of their last Final Four appearance. Guess where they went? Phoenix, Arizona, 2017.
Yeah, they got a mud hole stomped in them by Baylor,
No, they did not.
didn't they?
They made the 2017. Gonzaga made the championship game, and they lost in the final minute to North Carolina.
Oh, okay. Who am I thinking of that got stomped by? That was unbeaten during the regular season and got mud stomped by Baylor in the last 5 years.
I think it
Who am I
was.
thinking of?
Was it Gonzaga? I think it.
Yeah,
Live research coming.
live real time research. Here we go.
Real time research. Because there was no tournament in 20, and we all know why that is.
Mm-hmm.
It was Baylor, national championship 21 in Indianapolis.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Gonzaga was 31-0 coming into that game, and then Baylor hung 47 on them in the first half.
Yeah, Baylor bullied them and won that national championship. Yeah,
Bullied them bad.
And that program came back from the brink too, because if you remember all the bad stuff that happened with them.
Indeed,
they came back from the brink, like similar to SMU. Which, by the way, I find it funny that Clemson is trying to sue their way out of the ACC now.
Out of the ACC.
Florida State's trying to do the same thing. And I said, you know what? This is what happens when you bring SMU. You bring SMU to the table. Everybody fears SMU.
Mm-hmm.
Now they want out,
and they're going to split. They're going to split. They're going to split faster than George Kittle taking in a touchdown pass.
Yeah. well, who's your Final Four?
There you go. When Pumpkin's climbing the door, that's his cue. Daddy, let me out.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Who's your Final Four? I said you
got my Final Four.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had to change it now.
Yeah.
All right. My Final Four goes Gonzaga, Illinois, Arizona, and North Carolina State.
Okay.
I picked North Carolina State from the beginning of the tournament because there's no way they should have won 5 games in 5 days in the ACC tournament in Washington, D.C. And yet, they did just that.
Do you think this long layoff might affect them or not? Or absolutely or no? Could it affect them?
Do you think North Carolina State cares at this point? They're playing with house money.
Yeah, that's true.
They're playing with house money. They're reliving the ghost of Valvano, 1983. And they're living his words. Don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's true. Well, it's always one thing about March is that it's madness. And then I had some upsets. I'm pretty proud of myself for picking some upsets.
Did you pick Oakland to beat Kentucky?
No.
Because I certainly did.
I didn't. I did pick James Madison to beat Wisconsin.
Good. I can't stand Wisconsin.
And I had Colorado beating Florida.
Me too. Not 102-100, but I had Colorado beating Florida. I certainly did not have them winning 102-100.
And I had Grand Canyon beating St. Mary's.
Same.
Although BYU, I think you're dead to me because I had you beating Duquesne, and unfortunately,
my wife's team lives, including the way she pronounces it. It's not Duquesne anymore.
I got a BYU fan in the chat who's probably going to stop watching as soon as I said BYU is dead to me.
And she just responded too.
Yeah, she just said, "Hey."
and you got to remember, according to Jody, it's not Duquesne, it's Duquesne.
Duquesne, of course.
And there's a story to that. We were out on a date one night, and the television, we were at Applebee's, and the TV was behind me. And Jody looked up and said, "Baby, who's that playing? That doesn't look like Duke University." I turned around and I said, "Oh, that's Duquesne. They're the Dukes." I got a look from my wife of, "What?"
What?
I said, "Duquesne." And then she says, "That's not Duquesne, that's Duquesne." And then 3 tables around us were cracking up. I was cracking up. Jody just had this innocent look of, "What?" Waitress comes by. "Why are you all laughing so much?"
Yeah.
Told her the correct pronunciation of Duquesne, and she walks off laughing.
Oh, I gotta tell you this story. I didn't tell this story last week on the show, but I listened to a local radio show. They're good buddies of mine because I interned for them at the 4-letter network, the local 4-letter affiliate.
Say no more.
Town back in 2019. They're now with Fox Sports 980 in the Albany area. So listen to them every day, 3 to 5. They're good friends of mine. So they're talking about the tournament last week, last Wednesday. I think it was last Wednesday. It was last Tuesday. So they're talking about first round upsets and who people are talking about. And I sent them a tweet on Twitter, tagged them both, and I wrote Longwood, and I had a Beavis and Butthead gif underneath them laughing. Longwood. And then I get a reply.
Oh no!
From the Longwood Lancers account, official account on Twitter, and they replied, quote, "When we make it, the world turns into one big 14-year-old boy." Close quote. To which I replied with a gif of Shia LaBeouf applauding. And I'm gonna buy a Longwood Lancers t-shirt just because of that.
The Longwood Lancers.
Yep.
And he's right. Whenever they make it, all the jokes come out.
And they've got a great Twitter account. I mean,
yes.
Right after their loss to Houston, their first tweet was, "Well, at least we scored more than UVA."
Use a troll. Use a troll. Use a troll. I said that use a troll.
You ain't nothing but a troll. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely buying some Longwood gear after just.
I might do the same just for that alone.
Just for that. I'm just like, I gotta hand it to him. I can see any account that can clap back with that kind of intensity and that kind of vigor and that kind of
they're good friends. They are good friends of mine.
Yeah. Longwood Lancers.
So next fall, y'all will see me with some Longwood. I drink to them myself.
I just find it hilarious.
I will have some Longwood Lancers stuff next year.
I just found it hilarious that they're just going all because they're such a small school. I guess they're a small private school based in Virginia, and they're just going around looking for any kind of mention of Longwood in their on social media, and they'll just go right at the person who says it.
But see, their response to you was fabulous.
I mean, the fact that I put a Beavis and Butthead gif up, that just sparked the fire.
Yep. Their response to you was epic and perfect.
We make it, the world turns into a 14-year-old boy.
In the immortal words of one Cole Johnson, no lie to be found.
No, sir.
No lie to be found whatsoever.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
All right, Snowman. I forgot to make one announcement before we started the show. We had a production meeting. Dustin and I did on Sunday at a local restaurant, and I mentioned yesterday that on Snowman in the Morning on my coffee with McCarthy segment that we're bringing back No Ticket Required. You know what? I might as well play that bumper right now. I'll play that bumper for
Go for it.
No Ticket Required. So give me a second here. Ah, there we go. All right, folks, that's right. Coming this summer, the return of No Ticket Required. And these are the movies Hey, a black man's not talking hockey or baseball, all right? You didn't need to bring that out.
But I do.
You did. So, not in any particular order, these are the movies we'll be reviewing this summer. And feel free to watch along and review with us during the summer. So, we're going to be watching Goon with Sean Patrick, forgot his last name, and Liev Schreiber. Rush, the Iron Claw. That's the movie based on the Von Erichs.
Yep.
Boys in the Boat, which I guess is a biopic about a team from University of Washington in the 1936 Olympics, the rowing team.
Mm-hmm.
The Program, American Underdog.
Excellent.
And the last movie is I, Tonya.
Emotional damage.
So those are the 7 movies we're going to be reviewing this summer.
Can y'all see the look on Ryan's face that he wants to throw something at me for those sounds I'm throwing out there?
Lucky you're in Iowa or Indiana. One of those I states.
And the bad part is my wife and I get confused also because we're looking at opportunities any and everywhere that we can. We just want to get out of here. All right.
Hey, I looked at you like I looked at Will Smith when I watched King Richard. All right. I still want to slap Will Smith for making that movie. Oh, I had to sit through that entire thing.
I'm sorry.
You didn't know what accent he was speaking throughout the entire movie, and yet he still won the Best Actor award for that movie, for his role in that movie. I'm still mad about it. Still mad. Anyway.
Can I do this?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
Yes, you can. All right. Before Snowman gets out of here, go visit the comments section. Dr. Lady Esquire saying hello there. Snapna saying sports ball.
Ref ball.
Ref ball. Julie from Michigan saying hi. Jersey G saying hi. I'm here to report that Lucille, her daughter, saw Cosmo, BYU Cougar, on a scooter on campus, and Cosmo waved hi to her. Aww.
Nice.
Aww.
Very nice. Is it Jersey? Is it really called the Marriott Center up in up at Utah, up in Provo? The basketball arena. Is it called is it called the Marriott Center?
She also says don't forget to give us a thumbs up.
Yep.
Giants fan 56 saying, hey, Snowman, just popped on, hit the like button. Have a great stream.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jersey G is a big fan of Pumpkin, as is Dr. Lady. She also says about when you mentioned about the St. John's Redmen and the Syracuse Orangemen. Ain't nobody here going to get you in trouble for saying that, Snowman. Diggy joining us all the way from Norway with what in the all types of blue hell?
Wait. I can
hit it.
I can equip it. I can equip it with this.
What in the all types of blue hell?
There it is. And of course, we've got an ad.
Here we go.
This stroll down memory lane is brought to you by Bum Leg Orthopedic. the only thing keeping Anthony Glassman Davis's body intact. That's Bum Leg Orthopedics, folks. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg.
Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg. Oh, my leg.
And Good Stink Foot Powder, the best cure for athlete's foot. Good Stink Foot Powder. Get your stink on.
What in the all types of blue hell?
And Jersey G has never heard of any of the movies that I mentioned that we're going to be reviewing this summer. So, hey, guess what? Again, you guys can watch along with us. We'll tell you which movies we're going to be watching that week, and then we'll review them the next episode. So, movie night. Joker. All right, Snowman. I know you got to run on out, but I'll give you the floor. Let the good people know where you are, where they can find you on social media, all that stuff. Go right ahead, sir.
Oh man, SNWMN Multimedia is where you can find me. Of course, I got Snowman in the morning each and every morning. And do me a favor, folks. Help this disabled broadcaster help his family. I'm dropping my my Cash App in the chat here, but if you can help me help my family, that would be so much appreciated, as we are trying to get everything back together. I have survived pancreatic cancer. I have survived an amputation on my right foot, but still got to do more. And with the blessing of my family, they said, go for it, make this work for you. So I'm trying to make this work for me. My Cash App has now been dropped in the chat. If anybody can make a donation to help us or help me help my family, it would totally be appreciated. And thank you, Ryan, for having me on tonight. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. And kind of, I wouldn't say short notice. We kind of planned this last week, but with Dustin being out, it was going to be a different show. So, but thanks for stopping by. We also, the two of us, we're planning on doing some alternative play-by-plays this summer.
Yes, we are.
We also might launch another project. We might launch a project together too.
I'm ready for it.
All right. Well,
as long as it don't involve a certain picture that makes you dead on the coast in North Carolina, I'm good.
No, my spirit is still hovering somewhere on Whalehead Beach in North Carolina. Thanks, Cole Johnson. All right, Brian Snow, thanks for joining us, man. And we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk some more sports. We'll do some NFL rule changes.
Hold on a minute. Hold on. Come here.
Oh, wait, can I show them my magic trick?
This is my daughter, Cheyenne.
Does it involve a pencil? I hope not.
What did he say? Did he
Doesn't
say
involve. He said doesn't involve a pencil.
No, it's way better than that. Okay.
Oh boy.
I need to borrow this napkin.
Why are you borrowing my napkin?
Snowman, do you have any magic music?
I don't.
I have to go down here?
Here, let me. Here, come here.
This is live television, folks.
This is live, folks. This is my daughter Cheyenne, and she's gonna apparently show a magic. Here.
Okay, can they hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can
Hi,
hear
I'm Cheyenne.
Oh, hey Cheyenne, how you doing? I'm Ryan
This
McCoffey.
is a napkin.
Uh-huh.
Do you see it?
Hi, napkin.
Yes.
Okay, Dad, I want you to pick a number between 1 and 5.
Right, got it.
Okay, tell me the number.
3. Get out! Get the heck out! Come here. 51, and I still fall for that trick from my kids.
This magic moment. No credentials required.
I don't know who's the dad, me or you. That was the most dad joke thing I've ever done.
And you know what's bad? She knows more of them, because if I wind up in the hospital, she winds up saying them to me. And if she doesn't, my wife does.
Hey, laughter is the best medicine after all, still, man.
I love you too, girl.
Be careful.
Nice to meet you, Cheyenne.
Bye.
Fade to break, please.
All right, we're going to break. We'll be right back. Snowman will be gone, but I'll be back right after this word from Righteous Felon Jerky. You are tuned in to No Credentials Required.